Excelsior, once again. A companion ladder this time, leading to a loft. Here you are on holier ground perhaps than any, even in the salient. Perhaps 100,000 during the 3 years have climbed the stairs before you. Certainly some 20,000 in all have received the sacrament. Some 800 have been confirmed. Some 50 grown men were baptized here. The idlest mind would revere the place. And you, I know, will kneel.
Thank you for joining the Talbot Thousands in our mission and new challenge. We hope to raise €125,000 in our new chapel fund to protect and preserve this unique sanctuary. Your invaluable contribution will go a long way in ensuring that Talbot House can keep inspiring future generations. Talbot House is an old building. The oldest parts of the estate date from the mid-1700s. Not surprisingly, the building has suffered from the ravages of time. In the winter of 23, with unprecedented rainfall, water seeped through the cracks in the walls and also the chimney flashing just behind me, causing significant damage to the paintwork and also some of the textile reproductions we have on this. Expert advice was sought and temporary repairs were carried out as soon as permission was granted by the authorities. But heritage agencies and roofers do tell us now that at least part, if not the entire roof, needs redoing by 2028 as a more sustainable solution. This will come, of course, at a very significant cost.
In September 2024, a team of dedicated volunteers, led by the Talbot House handyman, spent 4 weeks repainting the entire chapel from scratch. Their exemplary work was testament to their love for the house. Despite their free labor, machinery, paint and travel expenses came at a high cost. In this painting from the chapel in 1917, you can make out lots of beautiful textiles that surround the chapel's carpenter's bench. Some come from the Ypres Cathedral, whilst others from the Bishop of Winchester, the Reverend Edward Talbot, the father of our founder, Neville Talbot.
Over time, some of the textiles became worn and were replaced eventually by less durable and also inaccurate replicas. Some of the original ones do survive in our archives today, and with the Chapel Fund, it is very much our aim to recreate the beauty of these textiles, just as the Talbot Thousands would have seen them over a century ago.
These include the green and red altar hangings from the Bishop of Winchester, the white and blue altar frontal with the embroidered letters, the Ypres Cathedral banner brought to the house by the Queen's Westminster Rifles, and the black and gold carpet from Saint-Omer. Hundreds of thousands have walked over it, and while worn, it's carefully preserved in our archives. And finally, a purple altar frontal which was put on display during Lent. We would like to collaborate with Slabink, a specialized firm from Bruges who make high-end quality replicas all over the world. Next to the textiles, we have some very valuable books which need specialist restoration if you want to preserve them for generations to come. Out of the 3 books, let me perhaps just pick one for you. It's our masterpiece, and we know it as the Red Book. It's a communicants roll from Easter 1916, and we think it holds about 1,200 names of soldiers who came to the upper room for communion during the Great War. Many of them were killed later on, as you know from Tubby's writings, and thus it may very well be that it is at Talbot House that they put down their signature for the very last time.
Now, the book survived the bombing of the Blitz in the Second World War, but sadly was hosed down by the fire brigade as they put out the flames. It's almost irreversibly damaged today, so we had a heritage specialist look at it, who came up with no less than 20 different issues with the book. It must be our goal now, with the Chapel Fund and your aid, to have the book restored so we can read it once more, page by page, add the names of the original Talbot Thousands to our database, and remember them here in their upper room.
The magnificent chapel remains the heart of Talbot House, connecting past, present and future. It's not merely a place of historical significance, but also a living space that continues to provide comfort and connection. In recent years, it hosted numerous moments of reflection and spiritual solace, including baptisms and funeral services. In times of unimaginable hardship, the chapel was a sanctuary. Today, it is our responsibility to honor that legacy and ensure it endures for generations to come.
We're inviting you on this journey. Are you inspired as well? Well, then join the Talbotausians, and together we can make sure the chapel continues to inspire future generations.